Watch. I follow the lore. I mean, that's like one of my real big fandoms. That and then Star Wars for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Has Michael told you that between him, my mother, and myself, there is no question about the Star Wars universe you can't ask us?
Oh, I know. I mean, I knew he was well versed in the Star Wars, but I didn't know that deep.
Me and Michael, we sat down and watched all 6 movies in one afternoon on his couch. Back when there were only 6 movies.
That sounds very romantic, and I love it.
You don't understand that Mike's my life partner, dude. Like, for real.
Wow, this is an honor to be on the phone call then.
Yeah. We're recording, by the way. We're officially.
Yeah.
The show has begun. We're back to the days of surprising you with recording.
Good. So the whole internet understands now that you are my life partner.
They knew that already.
That's true.
It wasn't a secret to begin with.
How? I'm sorry. I'm stuffing my face because I'm a fat kid. Have you? Do you like sports?
I mean, I'll watch sports. I'm not like the biggest follower of it, but I'll watch a game going on, or I'll go to a game.
We'll never find a sports person for you on the show.
Right. Yeah, I know. No, but I was going to tell him about how much we hate Joe Flacco for absolutely nothing to do with Joe Flacco's fault.
No reason whatsoever. Our official catchphrase is #FuckFlacco.
Joe Flacco hate for no Joe Flacco reason.
No, it's 100%. One day, I forget if it's Joe or John Harbaugh or whatever the hell.
I think it's
coach,
John Harbaugh. We Googled it.
It's John Harbaugh?
This is back to our first episode.
And he said out loud, I would rather have Joe Flacco than Tom Brady. And from that moment on, we have made
Harbaugh's name.
We have made terrible, awful, horrid comments about Joe Flacco hugging like dick-shaped pillows and like.
Rarely an episode goes by we don't talk about the dick-shaped pillow.
Yeah, and
I guess
we are almost certain that we're going to get a cease and desist order at some point to stop talking shit.
We really hope that Joe Flacco listens.
Joe Flacco had his feelings hurt multiple times by you guys, and we demand it stops.
Yeah, we picture him like listening to the podcast, curled up in like a blanket, holding a dick-shaped pillow, crying.
Yeah, that's. I pulled up a picture of him. I'm looking him right in the face right now. That looks like
I've never even actually looked at Joe Flacco's face.
And that right there is what makes it so much better.
He's got
that right there.
No, he looks like a douche.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, he looks.
So what's on the menu today, Mike?
I made notes. I took notes.
I know. You've told me you made notes. That's why I'm interested.
So I was thinking, have you been following our Facebook page, Fatty? Have you been on the...
No.
I've been doing...
No.
For me over there, on Keeping Up with the Fatness. I posted our first throwback episode.
Yeah, with Mike Umina. Like, I started
listening
to it. I was at work, and I couldn't get away with listening to it because I knew it was just going to get wild and obnoxious. And I don't want my coworkers knowing just how much of a terrible person I am.
So we used to have this segment on the show. Whenever we'd have a guest, they'd be sitting in the back seat because we always did it in Fatty's car.
Yo, that was the back seat of the Tiburon.
Yeah. We used to shove Mike Umina in the back seat of the Tiburon. A Tiburon has no back seat.
The Hyundai
Well,
Tiburon?
there's a back seat. It's just, it's just decoration. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we would shove Mike Umina in the back seat, and we had a segment we wouldn't mention the guest at the beginning of the show. We'd just act like it was a regular show, and then at one point we'd have this segment called "Who's Sitting Bitch."
Oh, okay.
We would introduce the person in the back seat. But this throwback episode that I just uploaded to the Facebook page is from it's our very first live broadcast.
Okay.
From March 1st, 2018. And Mike Umina is the guest, and it was our last ever Who's Sitting Bitch, and we ruined it. Like we just talked directly to him without introducing him.
I remember, yeah. Because then I got a truck, and it said who's in the back seat until then.
Yes. One crammed in between us. It was when you were in the little red pickup. We had someone.
Oh
yeah!
That was the one episode we brought back. Who's Sitting Bitch?
Yeah.
I remember that. Fuck. I just lost shit.
So yeah, I made notes for this week. So, do you want me to just pull one out at random, or you want to hear them all at once, or do you want me to throw them at you?
How about no? Pull them out one at a time. Whatever you organize the show. How's that?
Okay. I can hear just today. We're gonna remember.
Oh, I lost you for a minute there.
Yeah, you're breaking up on my end too.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Can you not hear me?
Oh. No, I can hear you now.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe if I'm doing stuff on my phone, it doesn't like it.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't fuck everything up. Unless your notes are on your phone.
My notes are on my phone.
No, of course they are. Yeah. Whatever. We'll just deal with a temporary pause. Everyone understands we're in a quarantine situation right now.
I mean, it's also sort of just our regular situation.
Yeah. I was just going to say, because, opposites, totally different parts of the country.
I was saying, Patty, I've got an entry in the list.
What? Oh, no.
What?
This is challenging.
Hello?
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 Hello? Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
How are you?
Am I back?
Hey, everybody's back.
I'm back. I was saying that I've got one. One of my bullet points for talking this week is just for you. Like, it's all for you. I'm going to get to that a little later. I got a little surprise for you.
Uh-oh. That's terrifying.
Number one talking point is the return of Anakin Skywalker. Have you guys heard anything about this?
No.
So it looks like Disney may have gotten Hayden Christensen out of retirement.
Oh!
And he's going to appear in at least like one episode of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Are you
Why?
there? Like as a flashback
Why?
or something.
But why? But why? No! 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 Why? No, I'm going to be upset about this. Why?
Are they going to have, 40-year-old Hayden Christensen playing, 19-year-old Anakin? Like, what's going on?
Like, from what I've heard, they're working on, digital capture of him.
Okay.
Whatever. Bullshit. Whatever. Boo! Fuck you, Disney. Fuck you.
But here's the deal. Here's what I'm thinking is that, a lot of the prequel trilogy, because, Hayden Christensen is not an awful actor. He's not a bad actor.
He is the redeeming quality for Revenge of the Sith, in my opinion. His acting.
What I would have loved to see, all the issues with the prequels were George Lucas and his direction. Hello? Okay.
Uh-oh. Did we get a hello?
It goes completely silent when nobody's talking.
I mean, I'm just contemplating on why the prequels are so bad.
Oh, the writing, the directing,
Jar Jar.
the characters,
in rapid succession, watched the prequel trilogy, took extensive notes for fun.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you, is that
Huh?
what I'm going to tell you is that there is such a great story hiding inside the prequel trilogy. It's just in there somewhere.
You just gotta fucking dig for it.
Yeah.
Whole
But
story.
it's just like,
hidden story in the prequels.
yeah. But like George Lucas didn't have, like, he was too in charge
True.
to really do it any justice. What I would have loved to see was Anakin Skywalker's change be a lot more subtle and start, like, bring him in as like a young teenager in episode 1. It doesn't matter. He doesn't need to be there for the whole movie. You just need to be aware of his presence and how special he is.
Yes.
Like, Anakin actually served, like, they wedged him in to save the day at the end of the movie. And apart from that, you got the pod race, bring him to Coruscant. You're done with Anakin now. Just need to know that he's there. And then the second movie is where he, like, you see him start to grow, and then it's just a more subtle change is all they needed. It was so, like, bipolar the way he was. I would rather have seen him go crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No, that makes perfect sense. But
Also,
the whole thing about Darth Vader's like pure crazy. Like the real thing about it is his suit.
yeah.
I mean, it's designed to keep him angry. It's designed to keep him in constant pain, constant frustration. It's designed to just make him fucking angry, and that's what amplifies his power.
Yeah.
So,
It's
like, no, I
in
get what
Force
you're saying
Awakens-
about watching him go insane.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you remember,
I would
that makes a lot of sense as far as, like, the mentality of, like, a dark side user. Because you remember in Force Awakens after Chewie shoots Kylo Ren,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's fighting Rey in the woods and he's slamming his fist into the, like, wound from Chewie shooting him to, like, get himself, like, pumped up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, that's a really cool, like, aspect of you need to be angry to use the dark side.
Right. Yeah. I always
You
thought
need to
that
be
was like,
tortured.
pretty badass though when he was like running towards Rey and he's just like pow 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 pow, just like hitting this side, like fuck this, we're gonna get her.
It's like the more I watch the other two sequel movies, the more I appreciate them. But like all the potential that Force Awakens set up, they should have kept J.J. Abrams for the whole trilogy, and everything would have.
Well, that's yeah, exactly. You should never have taken it away from him to begin with, or you should have just waited for it.
No,
you could have just fucking waited.
It was his choice. He made the choice. They wanted him to do all three, and he said that, and he told Disney that like he'd like oversee everything, but like 2 other directors would direct the other 2 movies. That he would be like in a producer role. That was his agreement, and he said like immediately after The Force Awakens came out, and when Rian Johnson had already started on Last Jedi, that he really regretted doing that. JJ wanted good Star Wars. So
you told me that there was going to be another fucking trilogy.
So there's a new trilogy. It's not, as far as I know, it better not be attached to like the trilogy of trilogies. It's just another 3 movies set in the Star Wars universe. As far as I know, it's unconnected. It's not. It's just Star Wars.
Well, do you think, because they said the next trilogy wasn't going to focus on the Skywalkers,
Mm-hmm.
right? So do you think the way they ended the 9th movie, purposely of Rey calling herself a Skywalker, was so that we know we're done with Rey? We're not going to follow her story anymore? Because
I feel like
a Skywalker, but calling herself a Skywalker, do you think that ended that trilogy, everything like that?
I think so, yeah.
I think
that's the intention. Like, I'm disappointed by that, though, because I'd like to see Rey more. I'd like to see her come back.
I don't doubt we'll see her come back, maybe. I mean,
yeah. She's going to be more like the Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like Rey is gonna. I feel like the next trilogy, if they're gonna try and tie it in any way, shape, and form, has to be like they did it in Episode 4. where people think that she's just some fucking crazy old lady living off in the fucking middle of nowhere all by herself.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's what it has
Kids
to
will call
be.
her a witch.
Exactly.
Like, you'll find some young Jedi who's, like, looking to, like, train in the ways of the Force, and everybody's telling him to look for the witch on Tatooine.
Yeah. And there you have, yet again, the beginning of the overall story arc that always marches
Starts over and over and
these
over
movies. Yes, exactly.
There can never be balance.
No, there cannot. Because now, you look at it, there's only a Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
That can't happen. There needs to be a Sith to balance the Jedi.
Fatty,
So therefore, there's going to be Huh?
You're at like a 12. I need you to bring it down to a 10 or lower.
All right. I get very passionate about Star Wars, man. I'm sorry.
As you should.
I appreciate that.
No. God, I fucking love Star Wars.
Sometimes
God,
when we run out of things to say, one of us will just yell Star Wars.
Yeah, actually, it's a thing. Yeah, Star Wars.
So, like, if you feel like we're floundering, you can go ahead and just yell Star Wars. That's like our cue to, like, change the topic and find someplace fun to go.
Yeah, Michael goes, so basically all these little podcasts, they kind of revolve around lots of different topics, but we'll basically just go back into either Star Wars or video games. We're like, oh, okay, that's a good podcast.
Yeah. We had some great content with Fallen Order. We talked about Fallen Order, right? No, that was that shitty episode where we found out Facebook wouldn't let me, like, just have you join the video. It wouldn't.
Oh, you're right.
The audio was terrible. Riley, have you played Fallen Order?
I have not.
Oh.
What?
What? The reason is because I got one like the first ever to come out PlayStations with like locked in 500 gigs.
Yeah.
I don't got the space for it, man.
Oh, you can't even use like a hard drive, like an external?
So I had an old, like, I bought one of the first PlayStations. I put in an external hard drive. It melted my motherboard after like a month of gaming on it, and then PlayStation sent me a new one. Because I told them it was their fault.
Yeah.
Not the fact, added more to it.
Simple thing.
Yeah, so they sent me a new one, and, I mean, it adds up quick, man. I mean, Call of Duty's just last drop was like 100 gigs for an update.
Mm.
Games.
I haven't played Call of Duty in a long, long time.
This last one is pretty decent. I wasn't a big fan of any of the other ones.
Wait, who did the World War I? Was that Battlefield?
That was Battlefield 1, yeah.
I played that a little.
I mean, Call of Duty did a World at War. Wasn't that it? It was like a World War as well.
Yeah.
I play Warzone, but I'm like trash. So
yeah. It's like pretty tough seeing all the people who are just so good at that game.
Mm.
You just land and someone's already got like 7 weapons, a loadout drop, and they just wipe your ass clean. And you're like, okay, cool. Well, that's fun.
You want to know what I was playing this morning?
What?
When I got up this morning, I played a little bit of Duke Nukem.
Ooh.
Duke Nukem 3D.
Nice. Nice.
I got the World Tour 20th Anniversary Edition or 25th Anniversary Edition on PS4.
Man.
It's a really, like, faithful, like, it's a really great port. The control scheme is, like, very modern, and it's easy to get into. Really? Like, you play a lot of those old games, and it's such a pain in the ass because you've gotten used to the way you control a video game.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's been such a subtle evolution that we didn't even notice it happening. Until you try to go back and play Uncharted 1, and it's trying to get you to use L1 and R1 to aim and fire, and that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
The worst. font or controller design layouts that I've ever seen was in that game.
I'm not a PlayStation guy, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you can get Duke Nukem on Xbox too. I just have a PS4.
But have you guys seen that tech demo for the PlayStation 5 running on Unreal Engine 5?
Oh, yes, I have seen that.
It is
I was 10
beautiful.
seconds into 10 seconds into it, and I'm like, this looks real.
Yeah.
That is fucking awesome.
It does look really cool. But what's up?
No, you're good.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, my girlfriend, who has nothing to do with video games, right? She's only played like Pokemon Sword on my Switch. I showed her this video, that tech demo. She goes, "Holy shit! Like that's impressive." I'm like, "Thank you." That's like
This is my culture. This is who I am.
Yeah. I get excited over games I'm not ever gonna play.
Yeah. No, it is really cool, but I feel like people getting too excited about it. It's like, yes, it is rendered in real time on the hardware, but it's not gameplay. Like, it's a thing they made to like show off
we get it. It's a simulation, but
it's like everybody's getting so excited. I'm like, hold it back. Imagine PS4 cinematics as gameplay.
Wasn't that like an actual game they built just to show off? It's like a prototype car. Like you build it, it's a real life car, it works.
I was under the impression that everything was like animated. It was rendered in real time, but it was like programmed. Maybe I misunderstood.
I do believe you misunderstood.
I do. I'm getting that impression now.
Then
I'm even more excited.
Have you seen it?
I have.
Yeah, you've seen it. Yeah. It's gorgeous.
It is.
That's probably the most beautiful video game I've ever seen.
You agreed.
Whereas, I've seen the Xbox footage, and that's just kind of better, better than Xbox One, but not. It's not the market difference between PS4 and PS5.
No,
Xbox One is already pretty powerful. It's already got a pretty great I just prefer my PlayStation.
If Xbox doesn't come through on their next system release, I'm probably going to switch over to PlayStation.
Okay.
I will. Yeah, I'll say that. I was okay with mediocrity when Xbox went to Xbox 360. The difference, I should say the difference in the console itself was cool, but the graphics were very similar.
Yeah.
And
so here's my thought is, did you play Metal Gear 5, either of you?
No, I did not.
So Metal Gear 5 was the last new game I played on PS3. And it came out simultaneous release for PS3 and PS4.
Okay.
And I played it on PS4 at Will's house, my brother Will.
Uh-huh.
And it didn't look it looked like it was running more smoothly, but it didn't look like it didn't look better on PS4.
Huh.
But no, they're remastering Mass Effect.
Yeah, that's in my notes. There you go.
Wait, what?
It's a rumor, but a strong rumor that they're getting ready to do a remastered Mass Effect trilogy for probably next gen.
Yeah. Do you know how sexy that's going to be?
I'd give it another shot. I could see what was going on there. I just couldn't get into the game. It was just 3 was better than 1, but they were all really janky.
I have lost valuable time of my life to that game.
But was it really valuable?
Well, no, it made it valuable.
Do you remember that 2-month period where I kept asking you about Mass Effect Andromeda and you kept telling me you fell asleep? Every time you sat down to play Mass Effect Andromeda, you fell asleep.
Dude, that game was trash.
The combat in that game was on point. Everything was crunchy. Everything felt like it had impact. The game was beautiful. Beautiful game. I mean, you landed on one of those desert planets and it had the big mountain range in the background. Beautiful.
Oh no, yeah, it was very visually pleasing.
Oh.
But the story.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I think the story could have been cool. I mean, discovering new
If
worlds.
they didn't call it if they didn't call it Mass Effect.
If it had just been called Andromeda.
If it had just been called Andromeda and it didn't have anything to do with N7, or it was just a colony. Congratulations, here's your first one, or whatever. I completely forget what the game was about. That's how non-memorable it is.
He fell asleep.
Yes. Yes. But whatever the fuck it was, you were on a colony ship or whatever the fuck was going on. But yeah, that would have been cool if it had just been called Andromeda. Because yeah.
But they have to use that name Mass Effect. They have using that name Mass Effect basically gets those old players who have played those games interested in this game. If they simply just called it Andromeda, there'd been a lot of players who'd been like, "Well, I don't know what this is."
I feel like nerds are nerdy enough. I feel like nerds are nerdy enough in this day and age to, as soon as they heard there was a game called Andromeda, within 24 hours they would have known it took place in the Mass Effect universe. I don't think it would have been a problem.
Yeah.
But are you suggesting
I think it would be great.
Make it its own individual franchise? Is that what you're suggesting?
Yes, that's what I'm suggesting.
Okay, I haven't played it. I hardly.
I feel like if they hadn't dubbed it Mass Effect and they had made it its own little whatever, fine, one-time game, cool, great, whatever. It doesn't have to be a long thing. I don't care. But that would have been intriguing to me, and I probably would have played it. Because it's not. Because it's not. I don't have a pre-built or pre-existing condition to the game.
Yeah,
that's fair.
What would your personal Mass Effect 4 be if you were to go back and make Mass Effect 4? What would it be? Tell me about Mass Effect 4.
Well, no, because you can foster you can foster a real relationship with one of your crewmates on this thing. I would love to see that child.
Okay.
Or if you made
Shepard, spoilers, but Shepard's dead, right?
Mhm.
He's done.
At least in the version that I played, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there were two. Well, no, one way or the other, he was gone. They would either the two original choices in Mass Effect 3 at the end. Major spoiler alerts if you haven't played Mass Effect 3 yet, but go fuck yourself if you haven't.
I have.
The original two choices are to make Shepard one of those machines, and they would then destroy the universe, and it would just all begin again, and it would be over. You know what I mean? Then it's over there. Yeah. And then the other one, with the one that I chose, is to go down with that ship, and it destroys all the rest of the mass relays. That was the one that I chose. So now, I can understand where Andromeda becomes that, because you have to now go out on colony ships to colonize worlds. You can't just fucking jump from place to place anymore. So, I get it. But it should have been its own franchise, not fucking Mass Effect. As we circle back.
Describing you just skipped over my questions there.
No, I did. I know. I did. I circled back to the wrong thing. I'm sorry, but no. I would like to see their children. I would like to see that child become raised by whoever you chose, so on and so forth, becomes aware of who they actually are, like how special, like whatever Commander Shepard was. You know what I'm saying? Now they go on their own adventure, kind of shit.
Would it be? Would you be able to choose your own parent essentially?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so like how it kind of always started at the beginning of the game, and you think your looks would be affected by that? I mean,
yes.
Okay.
Like I feel like if you say what?
They give you like certain dialogue options other races wouldn't have.
Exactly. And I loved that alone in Mass Effect. That was probably my favorite thing of the whole game, was that like eventually you could unlock different bubbles.
Right.
I love that shit.
That kind of had its own rewarding little aspect to it, depending on the way you played the game.
Yeah.
If you went gay the entire time, then you get to punch a news reporter in the face like 9 times. Great.
I do every single time. Period. I punch that broad in the face every single time.
You can never do 100% passive.
No.
Always one renegade in there.
I was just always I didn't, whatever. I just always punch that broad in the face because she talks mad shit.
Star Wars.
Star Wars?
Star Wars. We're talking about Star Wars again? All right, wait. Let's get on this topic. I'm curious to hear what you guys are thinking about this. All right. If Rian Johnson didn't direct the 8th movie, do you think the 9th movie would have turned out the way it did?
No.
I like that answer.
No. I think if JJ had been at the helm through the whole thing, just should have been. Sorry, should have been. I feel like we would have gotten much more development. I feel like we would have gotten more, like, there were certain storylines in there that could have been explored that would have made the movie so great.
Mm-hmm.
And we just lost them. They just disappeared.
Yeah.
And that was that.
They ruined Hux. Hux was my favorite. He had so much potential as a villain. Yeah, I feel like there was always kind of a plan to bring the Emperor into it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was probably JJ's initial plan, was to make it Palpatine's back.
Yeah.
But
because
now he has to do that in 1 movie instead of 2,
I think we would have ended Episode 8 with Palpatine coming back. Like, that would happen at the end of Episode 8 with J.J. Abrams. And then that story would follow into 9.
In the true cliffhanger, pivotal moment, in that, Star Wars does that in their second movies.
Yeah.
It's just what they do. Leading into, now, I'm just going back to the original trilogy because this is the best example of it, is when, at the end of Episode 5.
Yeah. Everybody's
defeated. You're at a very crucial moment, and everybody's together, and everybody has one clear focus.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have that in this trilogy.
We got horse races, though. That was cool.
We got what?
Horse races.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Twice, actually.
You're telling me the Canto Bight was not the highlight of Star Wars for you in general, the entire franchise? Somebody took Return of the Jedi and rubbed prequel juice all over it, is what happened to Episode 8. Porks. But I was gonna mention the Mandalorian.
Ooh, oh boy.
Boba
Fett.
Good. We've talked it. Everybody knows. There's no reason to build up to it. Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I'm there's noises. That's all I can make about Boba Fett coming back. It's just noises to me. And I absolutely love the fact that he's coming back, but I want to see him, he needs to be some kind of fucked up. He needs to be...
I was going to say, I kind of want, like, maybe not a whole episode devoted to him, but, like, backstory. You know, just to say he survived the or the Sarlacc pit is, like, okay. Like, but I want to see, like, a little bit of, like, backstory build up to what Boba Fett is now. You know what I mean? Like, how much, like, more badass is he? What other weapons has he got at his disposal? I mean, like, he only got one eye. I don't know. I don't know what goes on.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I want to see. I want to see how badass Boba Fett is now.
Yeah.
Because he's the first creature we know of to escape the Sarlacc pit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
because they ingest you inside, right? Like they literally like secrete their acid in their stomachs to basically tear apart your flesh.
Yeah, they dissolve you. Yeah.
Yeah, dissolve. That's the word. Yeah, so I mean, I want to see him get out. You know, like I want to.
That's what I really want to see is him get out.
Right.
Like I think you could devote like some kind of maybe an episode to it where like they meet at a bar and like somehow they're like swapping stories and he tells them about the Sarlacc pit. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Boba Fett.
I mean, Boba Fett, like, he's a smart guy, you know? I mean, like, you don't become, like, the bounty hunter he is by just killing people, you know?
You don't become... Yeah, you don't become Jabba the Hutt's best bounty hunter by not being a total badass.
Dude from prequels is coming back.
Say what?
The dude who played Jango Fett? The clones?
Oh, yeah.
The guy who played him is playing Boba Fett?
He's a clone.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like the same actor is what I meant. Like, obviously that's who it's supposed to be. It's just like a grown-up version of himself, but like the same actor. I like that.
No, I'm excited for it. Can anyone else just tell me why Baby Yoda is easily the cutest thing on the planet?
I mean, there aren't words to describe why he's so cute, dude. He's just fucking adorable. With little tiny
yeah, he just is. He's a tiny Baby Yoda. No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. How do you feel about the water cooler talk between the two stormtroopers?
You mean the ones that like fucking punched Baby Yoda?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
No. I understand punching Baby Yoda was horrible, and like you immediately hated them. I get it. But like how blatantly they're just made fun of.
Oh yeah, they have like that.
They're trying to shoot that can.
Just shooting at it.
I feel like that is that's like the best thing that all of this can like begin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to see more of that. Like, okay, cool, you had a terrible day at work. I want to fucking hear about that.
Me too, boys. Let's talk about it. I want to relate to these stormtroopers. The closest thing I'd be able to relate to in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, make them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like giving stormtroopers a personality and like they're characters now. They're not all clones. They're not all fucking whatever. They're fucking stormtroopers.
Yeah. I agree.
What else is in your notes, Michael?
Let me check real quick. You're gonna maybe lose me or something. I don't know.
You'll never be lost to us.
Oh, Valhalla.
No one's ever truly lost.
I'm excited. This is my excitement in the video game world.
I'm skeptical.
What's that?
My favorite game ever was Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
You said before Black Flag?
No, is Black Flag.
Okay, I was like, cool. It might not be your favorite game if you don't know what game it's called. But no, okay, good. Black Flag is really fun.
I loved that, but I want that to come back. Not this, like, sectioned off world kind of thing. I want that kind of world to come back.
Like big sea world, essentially?
Yeah, like, no, you have to travel, you can raid other ships, you can raid farms along the way, and do all kinds of Viking shit.
Which is, I don't know why they wouldn't have that big aspect to it.
No, there's definitely that aspect to it, but I want to see it in that structure.
That kind of size and that depth to it, I guess, is what you're really looking for.
Yes.
I mean, I think the developer knows. I mean, you can't obviously have cannons, right? Like, that's a completely different thing.
Hold on, let me get Riley back.
What the hell happened?
I have no idea. Said a call failed.
It cut us off in 44 minutes.
All right, I have no idea what just happened.
Me neither. It dropped.
Suddenly it was gone. That was a good 45 minutes. That was a good 45 minutes. I'd say we're recording right now. Do you guys... Oh, Fatty, I had one for you. We haven't talked about this yet.
Uh-oh.
Do you have tissues?
No.
No? Oh, I feel sorry for you right now. Do you want to tell me... Do you want to tell me how you feel about Tom Brady?
Oh, I'm not upset about it.
You're not? Okay.
No, I am a rational human. That man gave me 20 years of his life. Gave me 6 Super Bowl championships. God knows how many other fucking records. God knows how many other things. He's the greatest quarterback of all time, and he will be remembered as the greatest quarterback in New England.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might go the way of Brett Favre. There's always that possibility. Sometimes when you drop off, you just fucking drop off. Look at Peyton Manning. No, I'm not upset about him going. I'm not. Okay. He made a choice, and that's what he wanted to do. He deserves it. If anyone looks at you and says that man doesn't deserve to get paid, then they're full of shit.
He's the GOAT, no matter where he is.
Exactly. Am I going to buy a Buccaneers jersey and be a Buccaneers fan? Absolutely fucking not. But am I going to get a number 12 Patriots jersey, like one of the nice ones, something enormous so that I never outgrow it or that I never it always just fits? Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm going to be able to, put it over my truck. You know what I mean?
That is quite large. I don't know if that's obvious over the phone.
But that, I mean, what am I not going to fucking talk about it ever again and be like, no, Tom Brady's a fucking douchebag? What am I supposed to do?
Okay. I'm glad you're optimistic. I'm glad you're happy for him. He deserves it.
Good for him. No, he deserves to get paid for a couple of years before he can't play anymore.
Yeah. How do you?
I mean, not that Giselle doesn't make all the money anyway, but what?
Are you optimistic about the future of the Patriots?
I think next year's going to be tough. Yeah. Next year's going to bring something that we haven't seen in 20 years-ish. Just, a mediocre season. I think they're good enough to win games. Don't get me wrong. I think it's going to be a fair split. Some people are saying 12-4. I'm really not that optimistic. I'd be like really happy seeing like, and this is probably going to make people upset with me. I'd be cool with 9-7. I'd be really, really happy. I'd be very happy at 10-6. I'd be really happy past that.
Okay.
I would be thrilled with a playoff appearance. Absolutely thrilled. Because this is going to be a rebuild year for the Patriots. There's no doubt. Okay. I think there's a few contract there. I'm not sure. I really haven't been paying attention because there hasn't been football.
Yeah. Hasn't been fucking anything at all.
Yeah, and there hasn't been sports at all, and like that's killing me. We should be like halfway through the Stanley Cup Finals right now. I mean, not Stanley Cup Finals. We should be like halfway through the bracket towards the Stanley Cup Finals. Like that's what I mean.
Okay.
I should say halfway through the NHL postseason. There, that's the right way to say it.
Okay.
And it's kind of killing me. Kind of killing me. I don't listen to sports radio because it makes me angry that I can't listen to sports. Current events.
Yeah. So I got two more bullet points on my notes, and then we'll have hit them all.
Okay.
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 So next up. So have either of you guys ever heard of RPG Maker?
No.
So RPG Maker on PCs, it's been around for a long time. It's only gotten a few console releases, but it allows you to make basically a 16-bit like JRPG, like a Super Nintendo.
I'm looking this up right now. This is really cool looking, actually.
On PC, you can get them all. You can get a bunch of different versions of it. Most of them are free. But RPG Maker MV is coming out on Switch, PS4, and Xbox at the end of next month, apparently. But you can't trust release dates right now on anything.
Oh, no.
Don't trust release dates, kids. Everything is subject to change. But yeah, it's coming out June 30th, and I want to make a Keeping Up with the Fat News. Keeping Up with the Fat Nate. Give me a second. Keeping Up with the Fat
You're having some trouble.
Yeah, no. I want to make Keeping Up with the Fatness RPG. Like a Super Nintendo style RPG that's keeping up with the fatness. Yeah.
That actually sounds wicked badass.
Spend a lot of time in a truck. It'd be like the airships from Final Fantasy. It's just a truck. Just a pickup truck. I was thinking who would be the best villain. Do you know who it would be? The best, most obvious villain? Mike Umina.
Yeah?
Yeah. He's our number one guest. He's the one person who's been on more than literally any other human besides the two of us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's very true.
Yeah. Mike Umina is the villain in the Keeping Up with the Fatness RPG. Maybe you don't find out till like toward the end, but now I've given away the ending for everybody. Nobody's gonna play it.
Spoilers. Come on, man.
But the coolest thing about it is if you can buy it on any console and you upload your game to like they have their own like game share app for your different consoles, and you can play on it. Like it doesn't matter which console the thing was built on. You can play it on any other console.
Huh, that's cool.
And the app to play the games is free. You only have to buy the game you only have to spend any money to make a game.
So when you build it, I will play it.
Yeah. Yeah, you will. We'll see if the thing even comes out next month. All right. Last bullet point on my list.
Okay.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
I'm so
3
excited. I don't care.
Have you seen?
I don't care.
The trailers and everything? It looks so good. It looks so good. It's gonna be so much fun. It's Vicarious Visions, the same team who did Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon. They did Tony Hawk, and it looks beautiful.
I just loved those games for the simple fact that you can just fuck around.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk was like.
Michael,
I got you. We're okay.
It's recording.
Do you remember that
cool.
one episode? Do you remember that
yes,
one episode?
that's what I'm going to call out right now. Is that episode where we had this just natural energy going into this?
Ever.
It was probably going to be the best episode we've ever recorded.
Yeah.
And somewhere along the 35 minutes that we were talking, the recording stopped.
Yeah.
And we said, "Oh shit! Please let it have gotten at least a third of that, even 20 minutes of that." No, it didn't get
4 minutes.
And
4 minutes. 4 minutes and like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And we did another 45 minutes afterwards.
Yeah, no.
Like you could hear it in our voices.
But like, no, because the first 10 minutes of that next episode is us cussing each other out.
Yeah.
It's just us being violently rude about how stupid we all are.
We're about to introduce Mike Umina, and one of us just yells out, "Fuck it," and just skips who's sitting there.
Yeah. Fuck it. Mike's in the back seat. There he is. Let's go.
All right.
Find that episode. If you can please find that episode. That's the throwback
that needs
to go on.
That's going to be difficult.
Oh.
I'll have to look. I'll have to look on the computer at the house in Hopkinton.
Holy shit!
Might
really?
be there. Yeah. So when I'm there this summer, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I will remind you. Don't think I will.
Also. All right, boys. One more time.
All right.
All right, we got this time.
All right, Internet. We've enjoyed your company. We've enjoyed keeping up with each other. I hope everyone's staying safe, staying home if you're not supposed to be working. If you're not essential workers, wash your fucking hands. Cover your fucking face.
Put a mask on your face.
Cover your fucking face.
Let's not get too political, okay?
This conversation is rapidly becoming a confrontation.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Thanks.
I have to pee so bad.
All right, fine. Thanks, Ryan.
Good night.
Toodaloo.